Bouchardi, and I'm a student here at the University of Florida, and today we're going to be talking about turf grass and how to ID a particular turf grass in the Florida landscape. We're currently at my house in the backyard. I live close to Bevan's Arm, which is just up the road. This area is known for its low fertility in the soils, and recently I decided I needed to plant some turf in my backyard. Had some construction work done, and the soil was moved around, the weeds, the turf was killed, whatever, so I had a blank open slate to start off with. Some of the considerations I took when deciding to purchase this turf were that I needed something that was high resistant in traffic. We have 3 dogs. As you can see, one's lying down in the grass over there. So they run around all day long, they come in and out, so I needed something that was high resistant to traffic. Also, I was looking for something that was adaptive to the sandy soil that's originally there and low in fertility. Also, irrigation was another consideration I took into place. We don't have any established irrigation in our landscape. So apart from the first 2 or 3 weeks where we hand watered it, I needed something that could just rely on the natural rainfall. And also I wanted something that was low maintenance, disease and insect free from problems, which the Bahia grass most commonly is. And yeah, so it was a toss-up between Bahia grass and St. Augustine grass. So this summer I needed approximately 1,500 square feet to complete the project in my backyard. So I decided to get half and half. So this summer I decided to get 800 square feet of Bahia grass, and then to see how that would go over 1 year. Then next year, to finish off the project, I'm going to get the remainder 700 feet of St. Augustine grass, and then just compare and contrast which grass does better in this environment. So as you can see, this is the area where I laid the turf in the backyard. It's a pretty open area. We got the woods to the west, but it receives approximately at least 8 to 10 hours of sunlight a day. So the Bahia grass was an excellent choice for all the reasons like I mentioned before. So as we walk over closer to the turf, as we stand back and look at the canopy, you can see it's a quite open canopy. It's not as dense as many other grasses that we might know. It's got medium texture. So as you can see in the leaf blades here, it's all medium textured. And as we get a little bit closer, each leaf blade is like different sizes. So they range from, you know, like a bigger one here, 4 to 8 millimeters thick. You can see different sizes here. The new ones coming up that are a bit narrower as well. Please disregard the poor mowing job I did here recently. Obviously my mowing blades are a little bit blunt on my mower, so they just hacked it away. But as you can see, so like I was talking before, the leaf blades are 4 to 8 millimeters thick. There's a nice open canopy. So if we go for a bit more of a walk and look at more of the canopy, we'll come over here. I've got some examples to show you. So when IDing the grass, you want to look for obviously open canopy, and also you look at the leaf tips. So when looking at the leaf tips, I might hold it up against this, you want to look for a slow, gradual leaf tip that comes to a point at the top. So disregard these ones as I was saying before, but you can see in this one here, this is a new leaf growing. It has a fine pointy leaf tip that gradually comes to a point at the top. Also, you want to look for if the leaf blades are, the venation actually is folded or rolled. They can be either, but in this case you can see, I'll come a bit closer, the leaf blade is folding here, and this one's starting to fold. You can get other examples around here. Let me have a look. See these leaf blades here? This one here is actually folded perfectly in half. If I can open it up. Can't open it up right now. I suppose we can look at the other one. You can see the split in the other one. See that? It's folded directly in half. So that's another characteristic to look for when IDing the Bahia grass, is the venation being folded, or it could be round. It has both, but in this case I just show you two examples of the folded venation. The ligules, they're very hard to find. I did find some small ligules on the piece before, but to the camera you're not going to be able to see them, so that's not an important characteristic to look for when looking for the ligules. One of the most important things in IDing Bahia grass is finding out whether it's got a bunching root system, a stolon root system, or a rhizome root system. So we may have to dig down here a little bit, and as you can see, the Bahia grass has rhizome growth habit. Obviously it has no green pigment in it and no chlorophyll, meaning this plant it does not have stolons. So the woody and dark nature of this rhizome indicates it obviously it's underneath the soil and provides all the nutrients and supplements to the plant. As you can see, it's quite thick actually, this particular rhizome. It's like, a little bit of a comparison compared to my pen, it's almost the same thickness as my pen. So out of all the characteristics when IDing for Bahia grass, you want to look for whether it has rhizomes. If it has rhizomes which are quite evident, quite large, quite thick, then you definitely know you have Bahia grass. You want to look for the venation, whether it's rolled or folded. In this case I showed you two examples of folded venation. You want to look for the pointed leaf tips, right at the top of the leaf, they gradually come to a point. You want to look for the open canopy in the medium texture, I guess. So far this grass has served me well. It's low maintenance. I mow it once a week just to keep all the seed heads down. Actually, that's another thing you can ID, how to ID the Bahia grass. As you can see over here, this should come over here. After rainfall, these seeds suddenly pop up. So I got one here, got another one here, as you can see. So these, in some people's opinion, these are unattractive to the landscape. I preferably don't really mind, because the grass gets mowed once a week. I very rarely have many seeds popping up. I think that's about it. I hope this explains everything there is about Bahia grass. I hope you understand how to ID it a little bit more after this presentation, and I thank you for your time.